Okay, for those of you who asked, this is a review of factoring by grouping when you have just three terms or a trinomial. So if we want to factor 2x squared plus 13x plus 6, the first thing we would do is multiply this first coefficient, the 2, times the 6 at the end. And when you do that, you get 12. The next thing you want to do is list all the factors of the last term, which is a positive 12. And find the pair that gives you the middle term of the original expression. So if I can have a positive 12, that means my answers have to be both positive or both negative. And to make 12, I have 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4, or negative 1 and negative 12, negative 2 and negative 6, and negative 3 and negative 4. Third step is to rewrite the expression using your factors of the last term 12, in this case, that makes the middle term add up to 13. Well, if I'm looking at these factors here, the only pair that adds up to 13 is 1 and 12. So I would do 2x squared plus 1x plus 12 plus 6. So now I have turned it into from a trinomial into a highest power of 4. Or not highest, but 4 terms. So it's a little bit different. Okay, now we want to group the first two terms together, which is the 2x squared and the x. And then group together the 12x and the 6. And just like we were doing the other day, factor out a GCF from both of those sets of parentheses. And my first set of parentheses has an x as its GCF, so it becomes 2x plus 1. And the second set of parentheses has a 6 in the common, so therefore we just factor out the 6 and got 2x plus 1. Now, the parentheses, which is this 2x plus 1, is your new GCF. Those two values have to be the same. If they're not the same, then you did something wrong. If you have all the right numbers but the sign is wrong, then factor out another negative. That will help you. The next step is the parentheses is now your GCF factor again. So 2x plus 1 comes out in front, and when I factor that out, I'm left with x plus 6. So you try. Well, I need to first multiply 2 times negative 4, which is negative 8. Factors 8 are 1 and 8, negative 2 and 4, 2 and negative 4, and 1 and negative 8. Now I need to find the pair that when I add them, I will get 7, positive 7. Well, that would be negative 1 and positive 8. So I'm going to rewrite 7x squared, or 7x as a negative x and a positive 8. So we have 2x squared minus 1x plus 8x minus 4. Group my first two terms and they have an x in common. So I'm left with 2x minus 1. Group the second two and they have a 4 in common. And I'm left with 2x minus 1. Now my parentheses are the same. Therefore, I divide both sides by 2x minus 1. And I'm left with x plus 4. Not factorable again because I have only a squared as my power. One thing I want you to realize, it doesn't matter if you put the 1 first or the 8 first, you will still end up getting the right answer. For the next one, take the 2 multiplied by the 6, we get a 12. Well, the way to make a 12 is 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4, negative 3 and negative 4, negative 2 and 6, and negative 1 and negative 12. Now, which one of these pairs adds up to negative 7? Well, a negative 3, and a negative 4. So 2x squared minus 3x minus 4x plus 6. Group. First set has an x in common, so I'm left with 2x minus 3. Second set has a 2 in common, and a negative 1 at that, so it's negative 2 times 2x minus 3. My parentheses match, which is a good thing, so they come out in front. And that's 2x minus 3. My next one is x minus 2. Okay? So that's all you need to do with factor by grouping, is take the first coefficient, multiply it by the last number. And then after you do that, rewrite your equation and take it on home.